And I would encourage you to take this stand down and tell them, hey, we can grow good collard greens. Our collard greens here, when you compare them to other states, are great, and I would encourage us to pass this immediately.
What does it take to get legislation passed in South Carolina? Well, in this case, it took a 9-year-old, of course. Mary Grace Wingard from Lexington County, South Carolina, knows that the state's official fruit is the peach. The state beverage is milk, and the state snack, boiled peanuts. But what about a state vegetable? It only makes sense this determined lady would pick collard greens, a southern staple and New Year's must-have, as a running contender. Mary Grace's dad, Charles, is the director of field operations for Walter P. Rawl & Sons Farm, one of the Southeast's largest producer of collards.
I was studying state symbols and government in class, so I went to my teacher at the end of the day and asked her if it would be okay if I tried to make a state symbol. She said, why not make collards the state vegetable? So we started writing a letter to Senator Knotts. He got the letter, and then a few weeks later, I found out it had passed the Senate. Then I went to go be recognized in the Senate. It went to a committee in the House. It had some questions like why the collard and all. I was there and I saw it when it passed. I saw the whole thing from the balcony, and it was really, really exciting for me. I had given a letter to the governor, and she read it, and I had asked her to help me support my bill, and she said she would, and she really liked collards, and she would try and help me get a bill ceremony. We had the bill ceremony, and my whole class was gathered around the table, and she signed the bill.
We never dreamed that our 9-year-old would be interviewing on TV so much.
And she knows her facts.
South Carolina ranks #2 in the nation for collard production, which is the highest ranking of any vegetable produced in South Carolina. 21.2% of all the nation's collards are grown in South Carolina. They are a traditional Southern meal.
But where most 9-year-olds might pass the plate when served up this healthy veggie, Mary Grace knows just how she likes them.
When guests come over, we put a little sugar in them. We put salt, a little meat sometimes.
I am very glad that she's able to express her opinion on an issue, express it very well. You know, she wrote letters, she made phone calls, and she did very well doing all that.
We all learned a lot about the legislative process through all of this.
And what's the most important lesson Mary Grace can share from this whole experience?
Eat your collard greens.